Hi guys, we're going to use elements from Pilates, yoga, and everything else fitness to get you sweaty and sculpted and strengthened. Starting with some big shoulder rolls, deep breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale down, shoulder roll back again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down, shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, curl back, going back and forth, stretching the spine. And then make your way over onto your hands and knees. Coming back to a child's pose, and then all the way forward into a cobra pose. Back and forth. Round back to child. Forward to cobra, and you can come onto your forearms for the cobra if you need to. Follow your breath, warming up. And then holding your cobra pose. Come back to table, curl your toes under and back to downward dog. Stay here and walk it out. Stretch the calves and the hamstrings. And then walk your hands forward to plank position. And back to downward dog, back and forth again. Wake up the core from plank to downward dog. Sync the movement with your breath. Holding plank. Take your right knee to your right elbow, left to left elbow, back to downward dog. Again, right to right, left to left, downward dog. Forward, knee, knee, downward dog. Forward, knee, knee, downward dog. Forward, knee, knee, downward dog. Keep breathing. Forward, knee, knee, and back. Keep going. Back to downward dog, lift your right leg up to the ceiling as high as you can. Squeeze the glutes, flex and point the foot. Holding that leg up as high as you can, strong arms. Point your toes and pulse the leg up, push. Four, three, two, 1. Lower the right leg down, tap the toes on the floor, lift back up. Tap down, lift up. Keep the leg long. Tap down, stretch up. Last time, holding the leg up. And then bend the knee, bring that right foot through between the hands, keeping the back knee off the floor, hands on the floor, and lift and lower your back knee up and down. Keep your lunge low. Hold the knee up, balance, reach your arms up to the ceiling, high lunge. Shoulders down, deep breath, and start to pulse your legs. adding your arms out and up. Holding your lunge arms up, bring your hands to your hips. Find your balance, take your back knee and bring it right up to your chest. Step back to lunge, knee to chest, back and forth. Last time, hold that knee up to your chest as high as you can. Stay tall. Flexing the foot, reach your arms up. If you need to hold on to a chair or a counter, go near something to be safe. Stretch that leg out and as high as you can, and bend it back in, keeping that knee at the same level or taking it higher and higher. Keep reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling. Last time, and then step that left leg back to your lunge. Lower the hands down to the floor, step back to plank, and we're going to do one push-up. Lift your left arm up into a side plank. Come back to the center, push up. Right arm lifts up, side plank. Come back to the center, push up again. So you're alternating side plank from one side to the other with one push-up in between. Go at your own pace, lowering your knees if you need to. And back to plank, lift back to downward dog, stretch it out. Lower your knees, come back to child's pose. And come forward to table. Curl the toes, come back to your downward dog, walk it out. And we're going to repeat all of that on the other side. Lifting your left leg up as high as you can, long leg, flex and point the foot. Pointing the toes, pulse the leg up, push it up. Four, three, two, one. Keep the leg long as you tap the toes down to the mat and lift right back up. Tap down, lift up. Last time, tap down, reach up, hold it, bend the knee, bring that left foot through to find a lunge. Keep the back knee up, and then start to tap the knee down and up, back and forth. Keep the knee up, lift your arms up to the ceiling, find your high lunge. Starting to pulse your legs, adding the arms out and up. Hold your lunge with your arms up, bring your hands to your hips, finding your balance. Take that back knee, bring it up to the chest, back to your lunge. Knee to chest, back to lunge. Keep going. And keeping that knee right up to the chest, find your posture, flex the foot, reach your arms up, holding your knee right where it is, stretch that leg right out in front, bend it in, stretch it out. Take your time, keep that thigh as high as you can. Let your abdominals help you get everything working to hold that leg up. Breathe. Last time, stretch out, bend in, and then step right back to your lunge. Bring your hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Hold it for a breath or two, and then come back to downward dog. Lower the knees, come back to child's pose. Relax your forehead down. Rolling up back to all fours. Take your right leg back and your left arm forward. Lift that right leg up, keeping your hips square, and pulse the arm and leg. Keep a strong core. Feel your low back supported. Four, 3, 2, 1. Bring knee to elbow in the center and stretch out and kick up. Knee to elbow, stretch up. Keep going. Holding your arm and leg out, deep breath. Lower your arm and keep your leg up, knee to chest. Stretch the leg back, bend the knee behind you. Stretch out, knee to chest. Stretch back, bend the knee. Point those toes, keep going back and forth, lifting that knee up as high as you can back behind you and bending it. Last time. Lower the knee, come back to child's pose. Rotate your wrists if you need to. And we'll do that again on the other side. Coming up, hands and knees, taking your left leg back and your right arm forward. Lifting your left leg up, keep the hips square, pulse the arm and leg up. You can also do this on your forearms. Four, 3, 2, 1, and then knee to chest, stretch out, kick up. Knee, stretch, lift. Last one. Holding the arm and leg out, balance. Lower the arm down. Bring the left knee into the chest, stretch it back, bend the knee. Stretch, knee to chest. Lifting that knee back behind you a little higher each time. Last time. Lower the knee and come back to child's pose. Rest. Rolling up. Curl the toes under, lift back to downward dog, and walking it out slowly this time, dipping one hip down as you bend the knee and then the other. Take time to feel that stretch all the way down to the calf muscle. And then come forward to plank. Faster mountain climbers, here we go. Knee to chest, knee, knee, go, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down onto your stomach and lifting up to cobra on hands or forearms. Push yourself back to child's pose. Rolling up. Curl the toes under, coming back to downward dog again. Lift your right leg up, bend the knee, stacking the right hip over the left, opening that hip up. And then stretch the leg up to the ceiling and bend it back in. Stretch, bend, stretch, bend. Good, bend the knee, bring that right foot through, finding a lunge again. Keep your back knee up, bring your hands onto your front thigh. Hold and stretch. Reaching your arms up. And then stepping forward to the front of your mat. And just do some gentle side bends from one side to the other. Keep your stomach working so your back isn't doing all the work. Standing tall. Inhale, reach your arms up and sit back into your chair pose, bending your knees, weight in the heels. Start to pulse your legs. Keep pulsing, step your right leg and arm back and forward, left leg back and forward. Let the arm follow the leg, transferring weight from one foot to the other. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to chair pose. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Bend your knees, rolling up, and then step wide, facing the side of your mat. Turning out your toes, all the way up to the hips. Bring your hands behind your head, bend your knees low. Open those knees wide apart. And side bends. So again, working your core here to help your back. And if you find your hands press into the back of your head, you can put your hands on top of your head instead. Elbows wide. Keep breathing. Stay low with your legs. Back to the center, arms out, turning one palm up and one palm down, alternating, pulsing the arms. Keep those legs bent. Feel them work. Torso is stacked over your hips. Turning both palms up, inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Keep the legs wide apart. Relax your head. And if it's available to you, grab a hold of your ankles. And then put your palms together in the center and throw your hands down between your legs and back, lifting and lowering your torso like you're throwing something between your legs behind you, getting a little deeper into your forward fold each time. Last time, and bring your hands back to your ankles or the floor. Deep breath. Hands on the floor, start to bend one knee into a half squat and then the other knee. Side to side, take your time to feel a stretch on the inner thigh. Keep your head relaxed. You can put your hands on your thighs instead if you can't quite reach the floor. Walk your hands back into a lunge. Back to downward dog. Find child's pose. Coming up to all fours, curl your toes back to downward dog. Come forward to plank. Down onto the belly and up to cobra. Or you can do up dog with just the tops of your feet on the mat, engaging your legs off the floor. Good, come back to downward dog. Lifting your left leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee, open the hip. And then stretch and bend the leg right up to the ceiling. Stretch, bend, stretch, bend. Good, bend the knee, bring that left foot through, finding a lunge. Knee over ankle, and bring your hands to your front thigh, coming up nice and tall. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, deep breath. And then start to put all the weight in your front foot, stepping forward to the front of your mat. Rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, down to your chair pose again. Weight in the heels, stomach working. And start to lift and lower your heels, trying to hold your arms up over your head. Hold your heels up and breathe. Slowly start to come to standing, keeping your heels up. Squeeze everything. Hold it. And slowly lower down. Good job. Walk it out. Take a big step facing side of your mat, turning out the toes up to the hips again. Hands on your hips. And start to do slow twists side to side, staying tall. Keep your legs active, twisting from the hips. Continuing with the twist, bend one knee and then the other, bowing as you twist, bending one knee and then the other, lunging and twisting. Four, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Bring yourself down to a forward fold. Walk your hands over to your left foot. And put your right hand down next to your left foot. Reach and twist the left arm up to the ceiling. Strong legs. Lower down, come back to the center, and over to your right foot. Left hand comes down to the mat, right arm twists up to the ceiling. Open that chest, active legs. Lower down, back to the center. Bend your knees and bring your elbows to your thighs, finding a deep squat. And just start to shift side to side, keeping a long spine. Back to the center, keep your legs bent, reach your arms forward, come up tall, hinge forward, touch the floor. Arms forward, reach up, come forward, hands on the floor. So you're bringing your torso parallel to the mat, arms overhead, and then lift that torso up. Come parallel to the mat again, and touch the floor. Back and forth. Keep those legs bent. Last time, floor, reach forward, come up, forward, come down, and hold your forward fold. Relax your head. Walking your hands over to your left foot, pivot and turn to find a lunge. Step back to downward dog, and find child's pose. Good, rolling up onto your heels. Bring yourself over to a seated position, legs in front, bend the knees. Bring your hands behind your knees, finding your balance to lift your toes off the floor. And we're going to roll like a ball. So let yourself roll back, using your core to come back up. Back and forth, being careful not to roll up to your neck, just your upper back. Let your abdominals lead this movement, not your head or your legs. Coming up this time, hold your balance. Reaching your arms out in front, if you can. And then bring your arms out to the sides. Lift the arms up and out as you stretch one leg long and switch. You can tap your toes down or keep your feet completely off the floor. Good, come back to your boat pose, hold this balance, slowly rolling down onto your back, reaching your legs up to the ceiling, bring your hands behind your head, lift your head off the floor, lower one leg down to touch the floor, and then the other. If you can't quite touch, just get as close as you can. Keep the legs long, keep your low back close to the floor, tight tummy. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex your feet and grab the outsides of your feet, facing them up to the ceiling, pulling your knees into your armpits, into happy baby pose. You can also wrap your fingers around your big toes instead, or just hold on behind your knees. And you can rock side to side if you like, pulling one knee a little bit closer and then the other. Try to keep your tailbone on the mat. Good, release your legs and stretch them out to the sides, holding onto your inner thighs. Rotate the ankles each way. Bring the legs back together up to the ceiling and lower the feet to the floor. Hands by your sides, walk your heels a little closer towards you. Push your hips up as high as you can into bridge pose. Walk your shoulder blades down. Hold and breathe. And start to pulse your hips. Feel the legs and glutes working, giving your neck lots of room. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Holding up. Reach your arms up and back, circle them around. Reach up, back, circle around. Keep the arms going, holding the hips up as high as you can. Follow your breath. Bring your arms back by your sides, slowly lower the hips. Hug your knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And bring your feet to the floor And take your right foot, put it on top of your left thigh, pulling your right thigh into your chest, flexing your feet. Hold and breathe. Coming up onto your forearms, slowly bring yourself up to a seated position, holding this position with your legs. And then just flossing side to side, getting into every inch of those glutes. Finding a seated position with your left leg bent in next to your hip, right leg on top, finding a twist. You can also stretch that leg out in front instead of folding it in. Opposite arm reaches around. Release the legs, come back onto your back. Bring your left foot onto your right thigh. Pull that right thigh in, flex the feet, and stretch. Coming up onto your forearms again, pushing up to a seated position, getting as close to your legs as you can, and shifting side to side with those legs. Getting deeper into that stretch. Finding that seated position for our twist. So taking the right foot, pull it in next to your left hip, left leg crosses over, or stretch the right leg out in front. Wrap your opposite arm around and twist. Breathe and stay tall. Coming back to the center, finding a comfortable seated position. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms together, exhale down to the chest. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. I'll see you again.